Hello everyone, my name is Adeyemo Adegbenga, and I welcome you to my new Yoruba Abrahamic YouTube video. Today I want us to learn on how the logic of prophets really originated, how it was intelligently framed out of the Yoruba people's pre-ancient and traditional understanding or categories of their Orisha in breakdown. Then we shall also touch on how this prophet Orisha really prophesizes the messages of the Almighty thousands of years ago, which is completely different to how the religions are projecting it today, because it was never about religion. Then lastly, we shall also look into how the Jewish traditional belief also understood them as people of thousands in numbers, not hundreds and not even tens. If this is your first time you are coming by my channel, please remember to help me press the like, help me make your comment down below respectively, turn up the notification bell, and every form of support will be appreciated. It will do me a lot of good and encourages me to go into more digging. According to the Jewish tradition, there are about 48 major male prophets, 7 females, and 1 even comes from Gentile. You know the Gentile one. We know who he is, the Paul of Tarsus from Rome, which they are trying to categorize as a prophet. That is their own edict. But from the biblical context, the whole prophets in total were 55 in numbers. If we now further go into the Persians incorporated understanding of the Jewish literature that we have today, they further extended their claim that all the prophets in general, they are above 600,000. In fact, they even make a comparison that these prophets can equal the populations of the ancient Egyptian, because then they are not talking about the modern Egyptian populations of mixed invader descendants. They are talking about the black one then. In fact, through the lenses of the same Persian Islamic institutional belief, which is better known as the modern day Addict literature, we also had the report of a man known as Answer in his volume 2, page 30 of Addict 21, that also admitted that truly the heavenly prophet or messiahs are thousands in number, and we can't really know all of them all. Of course, hadiths are not something I deal with because I don't believe in them. These hadiths are compilation of fabrications of this patient, and nothing good ever comes of it. But the only reason I'm bringing this up is just because it resonated with the pre-sayings of the Quranic text. You can see that in Yasin 36 verse 14. Then another verse 7 verse 157, and so many on and so forth, whereby in that Quran a breakdown, it basically makes us to understand that truly there are multiple prophets that are sent to different corners of the world. They are sent to different jurisdiction within the land. The Quran made it known that there are some prophets that are sent to communities, cities, household, ìdílé kankan, and all these things. So generally, it's making us understand, because that same very verse even clearly made us to understand that the Almighty even sent 3 prophets to one family or one city to show you that these people, they are in multiples. Do you understand? So that is what the Quran is basically saying. So I believe that is true because of what comes along. In other words, let's even talk about the origin of this prophet, the term from the Hebrew lenses. The Hebrew word for a prophet is Navi. And Navi can be likened, the interpretation can be likened to make a call, Olukwe, someone who called to good. It can be likened to another Hebrew word, which is Nev Sephatayim, something like that. I'm not good in Hebrew pronunciation. Means a fruit of a lips, something sweet that you are spilling out. Like, let me generalize this today. You can see it as sayer of good tithes, someone who bring good tithes and who say it. Do you understand? Someone who, like Jehovah Witness, someone that is here to give you the good tithes. Everything about it is just about how to prophesy something good to humanity. That is the whole logic behind that Navi as an Hebrew tradition. And now, to be called, it now basically means that to be called a prophet solely means that you must possess a gift. That is exactly what it means. It's all written about the Hebrew. That means you must possess a gift of the Almighty in heaven. That's all. No religion is needed. No Abrahamic faith is needed. No constitution that will be compelling you to do this or threatening you with unexisting fire is needed. According to the same Jewish tradition, it is said that the person must be gifted. That is number one. And that gift must include the act of seeing the future, being able to predict the future. One must be closer to the Almighty and the heavenly bodies, which are the angels. And that person must always be a presentable as a role model or an hero. That is exactly what the term prophet means. So none of the characteristics of that prophet had to do with you going to church, going to religion. That is where I'm going. It has nothing to do with anything that we are doing today. And this evidently became why there is still no verse in the entire Quran or the Bible that can actually still tell us today that Jesus was a Christian, Muhammad was a Muslim, Jesus go to mosque, Jesus go to church, Muhammad go to mosque, Abraham was a Muslim, Abraham was a Christian, this and that, this, anything related we are doing, they have nothing to do with. That is why you can never see it, because these people, they operate outside the concept of religion that we are coining, we are referencing to them today. Where the main question now is, where do all these passions of the Jewish text, where did they get all their idea from? The idea of angels being thousands in number, the angels being people who doesn't affiliate with religion, until now that people forcefully attributed their legacy with religion. Where did they get all these things from? Of course, their claims of multiple prophets was framed out of the Yoruba people's teachings of their Orisha in total. Like I said, let me go back to some of the things I've been saying before. So let's rewind. The term Orisha means Eniti Orishada or Enieleda Shada. It basically means the appointed one which the Almighty has anointed to give a message or to give a task to go and deliver on earth. The tax does vary. That is for a fact. So the idea of prophet or any Orishada itself absolutely has nothing to do with religion or stuff that we are doing within the religion system. Why Abrahamic claims regarding to the thousands of these angel Orisha Messiah, they are right, is all because the word Orisha or prophet or Messiah from the Yoruba people's lenses, where the whole logic even came from, is a general title for all special being that the Almighty has gifted. Do you understand? Is a general umbrella title for every special one in Yoruba land who has possessed special gift of heaven, not just some group of class. Everybody. Let me give you a very good example. You will understand now. Orisha title can be likened to what we know as a car in general. When we are talking about a car, there are variants, there are different kinds of car, but under car, we have subcategories. These categories now distinct them. We now have distinctive manufacturers of different cars, distinct brands and series, and these cars are built for different purposes to work on. Some cars are like Range Rover Sports that can move across bad road. Some only smooth road. Do you understand? Generally, we call them car, but cars are subcategories because there are some cars, they are fanciful car, some are rugged car, some are transporting car. That is the idea. But to call them car or a truck, that is a general name of either prophet or a Messiah. It's a general name. Likewise, in the case of the Yoruba people, that is exactly what it means. To be called an Orisha is a general umbrella name for all messiahs. Likewise, to be called a prophet is also an umbrella name for all anointed messiah. Let me further break it down. Orisha Enumole, who are the 200 angels in heaven, they are one categories of Orisha. This is why we refer to them as Orisha Enumole. Enumole is their identity. Orisha is their prefixed name, general term for them. Because we also have another category of Orisha. They are the earthly human Orisha, people like you and me, but who are extremely powerful and make a strong remarks before they left. Someone like Odudua. Odudua is not an Irumole. but he's a great man who also has similar strength to big Orisha, but he's not an Orisha. He's a direct prophet, which in Abrahamic is David, Dawudu, Dawudua, Dawuda, depending on how you want to perceive it. Another category of Orisha are the ones that have been born into different Yoruba families. They are being born. In Yoruba, we'll name those kind of people as Akanda Omo, Ologo Omo Inu Ebi Kan. The Almighty sent them to go, and then we now have a common liberator within community. That one can be likened to, let me use Sunday Igboho. Sunday Igboho, with the way he pulled the crowd in Yoruba land, these are the people, Shanwo Ogbomosho in his lifetime. These are the people who saved their communities. All these people, they are all Orishas, messengers of the Almighty from different angles that we can't understand. Do you now see what unifies all of them? All of them are answerable to the Almighty. You will never act as an hero to defend your people without being pre-written in your destiny that you are an anointed one. It is a predestined something. I hope you. So all of them are directly and indirectly messengers of Eledumare from different angles of life, either from the family aspect, either from the nation aspect, either from the community. They are all messengers of the Almighty. And he will rather send someone through you. Therefore, Orisha is the name for the heavenly empowered person or people which the Abraham people refer to as a Messiah in a general term, whether through the lenses of a prophet or an hero or a sheikh or imam or a pastor that do something greatly. And most importantly, here is the bitter truth, which most people don't tell you. And those who even knows this truth, they can't really know how to say it. The Almighty and the heavenly bodies absolutely know nothing or have business with everything concerning religion. Religions are man-made policies that are built on earth. You shall not do this. If you do this, you will go to hellfire. Some will even be distributing the sanctions of hellfire as if they are the one who even establish that hellfire for the Almighty. They will be threatening you with all these things are jargon. They are man-made policies. Your reward is on this earth. Your sufferness is on this earth. You have to go back to heaven in a clean slate. After you must have account for all your bad deeds or good deeds. That is the logic. Therefore, the whole processes of you being selected as an heavenly appointed one are all predestined decision that has been long made in heaven, even before your father met your mother, let alone giving birth to you. Do you understand? These are long-made decisions that the Almighty has already done and dusted in heaven before you were being born. No one just come to earth and become an hero or a prophet. It must have been predestined. Your functions must have what you must do on earth. At so age, the calling will start calling you. These are predestined acts, not something that you now indicating. And this therefore basically mean that whether you now grow up in a family that they are practicing Islam, or you grow up in a family where they are practicing Christianity, you will always become an Orisha, God anointed person, whether you like it or not. I hope you understand it. I'm trying to say that the religion we are practicing today is not a factor that determines whether God has appointed us or not. If I am being predestined in heaven to be an Orisha on earth, even if I don't do any religion, I become an atheist, I'm just on my own. When the right time, my destiny holds it, when the right time comes, I will become powerful. That is for sure. I will become powerful. But people out of ignorances, when those kind of powerful people now emerged from religion groups, maybe as a sheikh, people they won't understand that whether he become a Muslim or not, the power is already in him. The religion is just a cover-up. Religion has never been a factor that decide whether you'll be a good person or a bad person or you're a God-anointed person. Leading to I've always tried to tell people that I'm not fighting Muslim, I'm not fighting Christian, I'm not fighting traditional, even atheist, because I understand the logic of the Almighty very well, that the anointed people of the Almighty, you can't predict them. Almighty always hides them in places you will never. Some anointed, very powerful anointed messengers of the Almighty will look haggard. They will look poor, very irritating. But believe me, if you do anyhow, you will see anyhow. The Almighty will come all full for you. I don't want to be if I don't care if I'm a Muslim and I have that power. If you think because of your religion choices, you can go and fight a Christian because he's a pastor, you never can tell. This is why it's very, very important for us to realize that stop fighting yourself. You don't even know who you are fighting. Religion is another thing. Adeyemo. When it comes to the Almighty, that is another ball game entirely. You can never tell the chosen one of the Almighty. They are scattered outside religion. You will see some. Some will even be a prostitute. I've seen a Messiah, an anointed person who is a prostitute. Some will be a smoker. But if you do anything anyhow, the Almighty will come all blazing after you, because he is a chosen person. You are just using your own worldly religion to judge yourself, firstly. So this is exactly what it means. Let's now talk about what it basically means when these people are delivering the messages of the Almighty. In religion today, they need us to believe that these prophets, they just go around town, start shouting, start calling on people, worship the Almighty. That is the picture they gave to us in religion. Jesus is coming. He has died for your sin. Muhammad said this. Heaven, you will be born in hellfire. That is what we think that these prophets did in their lifetime when they were prophesying the messages of the Almighty. Whereas it's completely different. When we are talking ancient prophets taking the message of the Almighty, delivering it to the people of the world, they are basically saying the Almighty is sending them to perform one thing or the other at every location the Almighty sent them to. Let me give you something in Yoruba land. Let me give you very good. In an household in Yoruba means idile kan. There may be 20 children, generation after generation. Let's just say generation. One generation is there. Children of grandchildren, grandfather. The Almighty will send a prophet out of them. That prophet in Yoruba, we also refer to them as Ogo Dileyen. That prophet, his mission is for the Almighty will bless that prophet with wealth, serious wealth. Everything that child do will be uniquely different from his household. It will be very rich to an extent that the Almighty is giving that person that wealth so that he can go and take care of that generation. But out of greed, jealousy, sometimes all these witches, they come and and they will kill that person. And once that person dies, it's as good as you have killed your own prophet. So the entire generation will severely suffer. Even if you have a rich man as a friend, you will still suffer, because the particular person, the particular messenger the Almighty has sent to deliver you from impoverishment, that household, you have killed him rather than protecting him. That is the idea of prophet being sent to people, not carrying book or Quran and start shouting around town, believe in Allah. You don't need all those things. That is the logic of prophet taking out the messages of the Almighty. Likewise, in the case, you will see a prophet of a community. Sometimes we have warriors who have fought for their black people in their community or even white people. These are another prophets. These people, one way or the other, they will dedicate all their entire life trying to fight out invaders from far away, and they will be successful. But because of we people of the community, we can't really understand that this person was actually a prophet sent to us. Some of us, we conspire against him, have him killed. Immediately we have him killed, the enemies will eventually take over the land. They will become successful in their invasion, because the prophet the Almighty has sent to us, that's supposed to be protecting our land, we the people who happens to be his people we've destroyed him. So that is the whole logic behind prophet being sent. This is why prophets are being sent to ease their people, to serve, to ease their people, to deliver the message of the Almighty. Because at the end of the day, whether you believe in the Almighty or you don't believe in the Almighty, you only have yourself to blame. So the Almighty is not after anyone pursuing them that you must believe or you will be born in hell. These are modern day religion ideology. So that is what the prophet basically mean in breakdown. How the concept of the Yoruba people influence the logic and why it is being wrongly projected today in religion. I will see you in my next video. Please make your comment known below respectively. Try and help me subscribe. Try and help me share my video. Let's grow this channel together. I will try and do more. I will try and do more series in the next few couple of weeks, and I hope I will be successful. That you guys will like it. Thank you, everyone. I will see you later. Bye for now.